Mm. Les habla Lorena Mora-Mowry, acá conectando a comunidades, a mujeres que nos están ayudando a ser mejores madres. Vamos a hacer esta entrevista en English and Spanish, pero primero vamos a dar la bienvenida a Carmen Hernández. Ella es una ejecutiva de Cupcake Digital. Bienvenida, Mujer Latina Today.
Mucho gusto, Lorena.
Muy bien, gracias. Well, a lot of parents, like you and I, is debating about learning, teaching our children Spanish. But let's talk about, first of all, about Carmen Hernández desde Los Ángeles, ¿verdad?
Family is from El Salvador. My parents are both from there, and I was born and raised here in the United States. I did live in El Salvador for some years until I was about 8 years old. So I grew up with two languages, English and Spanish.
Let's talk about the two languages. We live in a world of two languages, but a lot of parents, not me, because I talk to my daughter in Spanish. Sometimes it's easy for us to not to speak to our children in Spanish. And more, do you believe that more and more is important to teach a second language? So let's talk about the Cupcake Digital. Tell me about that company.
Well, Cupcake Digital is an app development company. We develop apps for children, and our primary product is apps that are based on beloved and popular children's television characters and some movie characters as well. And we create storybook apps that are designed to engage kids also in learning so that they feel like they're playing with their favorite character, they're having fun, they're reading along with it, but then they're also learning from it. And we like to call it the brownie with the spinach baked inside. It's something that's fun and enjoyable, but you don't know that it's also good for you. So it feels good for parents as well, because I know that I personally allow my child to play with apps, but I would prefer that from time to time she have an educational experience. So
it's a combination. Pero háblame del tren loco. How that works? It's a new product, correct? The Whoopsie.
Whoopsie, El Tren Loco, era un libro. It already existed in English, and so we took that book and two other books, Whoopsie y los dinosaurios and Whoopsie y la aventura espacial, were English language versions based on Wawa Whoopsie, which is a television series on Nick Jr. And we translated them so that if you just click on a button, you can choose your language, English or Spanish, and the story and the experience is exactly the same in both languages. And the purpose of that was that myself and my colleague, Jennifer Powers, we both were trying to get our children interested in speaking Spanish to us. They live in very English-dominant environments, and it was a challenge for us to get them to allow us to read them to them in Spanish, or even for them to respond to us if we spoke to them in Spanish. So we thought, well, let's empower them to see the two languages. And we started translating our apps and making it so that they can read the story in Spanish, they can play with the games in Spanish, they can see, sight words and letters and numbers in Spanish, and at least get the exposure to the language, because we believe that just the general exposure can hopefully help them get more in touch with our culture and hopefully eventually lay the groundwork for them to be interested as they get a little bit older, and that way they can have some very basic tools with which to eventually learn Spanish.
You just won an award, is correct?
We did. We have won several Parents' Choice Awards, which means that the Parents' Choice organization is recognized as one that awards for quality and excellence in toys and other products geared toward children. And our awards have been recognized for being fun and useful for families to share. And we've also won some Synopsis Kids Imagination Awards, and that's more of an entertainment industry organization recognizing our ability to take these beloved characters and entertainment and turn it into something high quality and of good value for parents.
But I can see that you have Jim Henson Company, you have it. The Whistler Borg Express, que es el tren loco, me imagino. And then you have the Veggie Tales that everyone knows. So it sounds like the Sparky the Fire Dogs. Can you find those too in Spanish?
Yes, actually, in the coming weeks, we will be, well, I don't know if it's celebrating is the right word, but it is going to be National Fire Prevention Week, October 6th through 12th. And we partnered with the National Fire Prevention Association to create an app for them that is a storybook app featuring Sparky the Fire Dog. And Sparky the Fire Dog is part of a program that was traditionally flyers and paper books.
Not anymore.
Right, so we created an app so that families all year round can download it and teach their kids about what to do when the smoke alarm sounds and, how to avoid hot things in the kitchen. And it's very fun and interactive, and they probably won't even realize that they're learning really important life-saving information while they're reading this book.
And they're listening, they're playing. So, okay, we have the games.
So we're making it available in Spanish as well.
So we have these programs, Sparky, El Bombero, in Español. So tell me how that works. Tell me in inglés or in Español, how we can be part of that, how we can purchase. It's an iPhone, it's an application. You can find it on Amazon. Tell me how we can buy or how we can make this available to the community, to the families.
Well, one of the things that we believe as a company is that we want to make apps that are as widely available to everybody as possible. And we recognize that in the Hispanic market, not everybody, or actually in any market, not everybody has an iPhone, and not everybody has an Android, but there are so many different devices that you can experience these books in. So we have them available on the iTunes Store for Apple, but also on the Amazon App Store for Android, on Google Play, also for Android devices. And on Amazon, you can also download to a Kindle, as well as on Barnes & Noble's App Store, you can download for a Nook. So that gives you a lot of places to be able to purchase it, and you can use it on your smartphone, as you've been holding up, as well as your tablet. And they work really well on any of these devices so that every kid can have this really great experience. And, they're available. Most of our apps are $2.99. We often put them on sale. And these Sparky's Birthday Surprise, which is the Fire Prevention Week app, that is free to download. So I highly encourage all parents out there to download it for free and get it in both languages. It's a great value. What we do is we build the story so that, whether it's in English or Spanish, every page has areas that a child can push on and be part of the story. We also offer 3 ways to read, which is the story can be read to you, or you can read it yourself just like a book, or you can read along and have all the interactivity on the pages. And then we also put games, learning games. So the games are counting games, shape games, sight word games that are designed to practice important words that are part of the English curriculum, but then we also have them available in Spanish, and they're just very basic words that every child should know how to read and recognize. And then we also offered in this particular app a music video that we created that is designed to teach kids what to do when the smoke alarm sounds. If they're brushing their teeth or playing with their friends, they have to stop what they're doing and go outside to their meeting place, because we feel that a lot of families don't really know to set up a meeting place with their kids, and a lot of kids don't know what to do at home, and they're the ones that come home from school and influence their families and say, hey, mom and dad, here's what I learned about safety at home. So we're very excited to be able to make this tool available for them to communicate that in English and Spanish. And with all of our other apps, the Spanish experience is very similar in terms of you can read along or you can have it read to you so you can learn to recognize
so
the
it
word.
includes the parents to participate in this game.
Yes, we always include a grown-ups corner, which is designed, it's questions that parents can ask their child about the story so that you can have a conversation about the story. Because something that's very important about understanding language and any language is being able to talk about what you've read. And so we include that in the English and Spanish version, as well as an overview of what their children are learning. That's part of the new Common Core curriculum for schools here in the U.S. And we do encourage in everything that we do that parents share the experience with their children. So even on our website, we offer worksheets that parents can print out at cupcakedigital.com. And those worksheets are educational and they're inspired by the apps. And we have them for our apps that are available in English and Spanish. We also have Spanish worksheets available. So I encourage people to visit our website and download those worksheets and share the experience off the screen as well.
Carmen, thank you so much. Muchas gracias for sharing this information, this tool that va a ayudar a nuestros hijos a mantener nuestro idioma, pero también por brindarme la oportunidad de hablar en los dos idiomas, porque that's our world, two worlds, the world of English and Spanish. So, thank you. Gracias, Carmen. Estamos a la orden.
Mil gracias por la invitación y que espero que todos disfruten nuestros juegos.
Claro que sí. Muchísimas gracias.
Gracias.